Hello, my dear Pisces. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you all today, especially with it being the 21st of December 2020, as we have all been hearing about, or if you haven't heard, we are finalizing a 2,000-year cycle, and it is so exciting. We are moving into the age of Aquarius, and there is this new earth, this breath of fresh air, this enlightenment period that we're all going through, and I am going to hope that this reading really resonates with your journey going through that. So let me go over the spread just a little bit. We're going to start here in the past. Then this is your mindset and goals. This is your messages from the spirit realm, and that is your forward action. Then we have the Lenormand, which is read just like a sentence, and we will go around in this spiral. This is all stemming from and evolving from the Medicine Wheel spread, which is from the Sacred Path cards by Jamie Sams. So I just wanted to give a little shout out to Jamie Sams for my idea on this, and that I have added to it and maneuvered through over the past several years and adding my own flair with it. So let's move right in, starting with the center. And this says, go with the flow. Such a beautiful message for this new beginning. We have so much color here, this breath of fresh air, and I know that many of us are in wintertime, and it's kind of hard to think of all these blossoming flowers and, having a fruitful, wonderful breath of fresh air outside. But this is what we're clinging on to. This is what is right around the corner for us, and this is kind of right around the river bend, right? And going with the flow, even though the future is very unknown, even though we're not sure what the world has to offer us and the next year, and we are really just trying to do our best to moving forward into that next cycle, this new age. And what to expect is a little bit difficult to trust, but this is a trust here that says go with the flow, and it is the number 20. So I think that's very beneficial for the time that we are in now. And in the past here, you have gone through some self-expression stuff. I'm seeing some changes that have been made that you really, really resonate with, and that resonate with you. And if that is you who's getting this message, the most important thing here is to own it and really just take that as your truth, your spiritual truth. And this is so much deeper than just other people's opinions, right? And the important piece of this card is that it wasn't always just the warrior that painted their face. There was the wise one, there was the healer, there was, the youngsters, the seers, and healing people, right? So you are and have been sort of going through what your expression truly is. What is your true highest potential self, and you are working on that, and I think that's quite beautiful. So in your mindset here, I love this, is the field of plenty. So, excuse me, I'm doing a lot of reading, so a little hoarse here, but this is all about manifestation. This is a cornucopia, which you'll see at Thanksgiving time, and it's overfilling with all of this fruit and squash and vegetables. And, the whole entire basis of Thanksgiving was based upon this concept right here, which is the more you think about, the more you get. The more you express gratitude and abundance, the more abundance comes to you. And it has been so misconstrued over the years to be, we give thanks for what the year has promised us, which is kind of the concept, but not entirely. This is so much more about the control that you have in your abundance, in your ability to manifest. This is the universal way, nature's way, which is all encompassing. It is all sustaining. It is all nurturing. And we don't have to do anything to see that manifest. We just have to be. So there's this relaxation here. When we say go with the flow, all things are promised to you. Two messages coinciding together saying, when you trust, when you let go, things will come forward easily. And then here, your spirit message is a sharing and quickening of ideas. This is the powwow, the gathering of nations, where all of the native people in the North American continent, because I want to say America, but it's all over, would come to gather together and share their ideas. And in so doing, they are profiting and they are giving service. They are being of service to one another. And it just makes this beautiful awakening happen every year. And so now we're finally seeing that with the single consciousness, with Christ consciousness really coming forward right here, the 21st of December, 2020, and moving into the year 2021. This is a new leaf, a new era that starts with this new year, this solstice. So you are understanding those growth periods, and you are taking in consideration the stars, the other worlds, as you go through all of your transformations and you move forward gracefully. So let's go forward here to your future outcome. Perfect. Just as this, so we're doing the medicine wheel here, and this is the East shield, or the East concept, which is forward movement, alleviation, illumination, seeing beyond all illusions, going forward regardless of fear, regardless of the risk, seeing that risk and taking it anyway is such a beautiful opportunity for growth. And this is a celebration of your action, having the courage to see clearly. And once you see clearly and you have that awareness, you're embracing that mindfulness, you then are experiencing life on a whole new level. And isn't that what this time is so much about? So we're going to go forward here with the Lenormand, read just like a sentence. So we start here with the fish, financial abundance, in reverse. Then we have the star, following your pole star, your guides, your North Star, the community garden, the clover, and the polar bear, or the great bear. Okay. So finances have been on the mind. You've been going through it. A lot of us have for 2020, right? Because it is in reverse, and we will leave it that way. You will see me flip cards though throughout the reading, because a lot of my cards do not have reversal meanings. So I have just really adopted the way of having the cards kind of tell me which, if they're negative or positive, if you will, or reversal meanings if they're prevalent. But this here is that North Star following where you're guided. We have the entire astrology chart here. This is like that North Star, and I know I keep saying that, but it is important. It's like this guide. It's something that is concrete. It's not something that is any time too soon going to change. So it's something that you can count on, and that is very important. Then we have this community here, this safe space for you to be, for you to just flow, if you will, and to be yourself. As you do so, you need that bridge, that social construct. Then we have the clovers, a very positive message. Again, doubling back to prosperity, which is awesome. Then we have the polar bear here, or the great bear, which is that strength and taking lessons that are learned and really harmonizing with them, really internalizing those. So you're internalizing all of these messages, you know, from the universe as you've gone through this, what's around the river bend this time, what's, you know, you're kind of worn out, and a lot of us are, but I feel this little tiny bit of feeling taken back, feeling like nothing else can surprise you because you've been ongoing with this issue for so long that there's sort of like a hope is lost type of feeling. But we have a lot of positive cards here, and what I see is your perspective is changing. Your way of expressing yourself is changing, becoming more empowered, becoming a little bit stronger in your steps, right? Not afraid to make waves, not afraid to slam your foot down, you know? With Pisces, one of the biggest downfalls of Pisces, if you will, is that inability to be harsh and, you know, really face the adversity without any second guessing of yourself. So let's dive into what's being suppressed a little bit, or what is ready to be released for you, Pisces. And we have this feeling of loved and proud. So here's where it gets just so sweet. And this is you all. This is your superpower. Some people call it vulnerable. Some people will call it negative things, but it's not. This is you being the Water-Waite that has the power to carve stones. You are this nurturing and, you know, forever benevolent being who wants to do no harm and wants to save others and help others. And we see this same energy here. This is a great nurturing motherly energy. So there's a huge part of you that is finding that stature, finding that stance that just says, don't mess with me. I'm here to stay and this is my spot and I am not moving from this spot. And there's nothing wrong with putting your foot down and drawing a line in the sand and saying, this is who I am. This is where the bear poops in the woods. And as you move forward here, with this idea is manifested, so manifestation has been on the mind. More than likely manifesting money, something that goes again and again, right? Just around the riverbed this time, just around the river bend again. I've been going with the flow and it doesn't seem to be continuously bringing me full circle. I just keep coming back to love. I just keep coming back to clarity. But what is that step? What are we focusing on? And the answer to that question is education. There's so much to learn here, especially with the online resources being what they are. There's no stagnation in the ability to gain information. And I'm hearing that there won't be this stopping of information, as people are saying. So if anything, we're going to have access to more information. We're going to be able to channel on such a different level. And so this is such good news. And a lot of us are going to be looking into practitionerships and certifications and being able to perform different abilities. We're going to be awakening to those things. So what I love about this card here is that the animal that's presented is this heron or the water bird. And what he stands for is self-expression or self-reflection. But there are no accidents, right? So, you know, I've got expression on the mind. But doesn't that make sense that you will definitely be reflecting as well? So the water bird walks around the swamps and he always has his head down. So naturally, the ancient cultures always, between all of the worldly cultures, have determined that the water bird is the bird over self-reflection. And so the education is very much at least geared towards your wants and needs. This isn't about what's going to make the money, what other people might say is true, you know, what other people feel that I should be doing in order to do what I need to do. No, this is so much more about what you feel called to. That call, that feeling of, I know where I'm headed, I know where I'm going, get out of my way, just let me do it. That is going to be so prevalent, and we see it here as well. Things are moving up, things are quickening up for you. Things are aligning, you can feel things aligning. So you are going to really put your foot down and say, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, and nobody else will tell me or naysay anything that I have going on. So let's move forward here as we get into sort of that future projection. Wow, I love that. Success. Oh, it's just like that breath of fresh air, isn't it? We have finance here, and it's been upside down, but we have this promise of success, or we have this uncanny ability to keep going. That is our superpower right now. And it is that, you know, let things get in my way. I'm going to flip this up right now because I feel that it deserves to be upright. Once we understand that's the focus, that's where we're headed, that's what we are working towards right now, I feel that we can then flip it and change the energy around it. And now we can dive into the next animal message as well as messages from the spirit realm, because we are headed into this state of clarity. Oh, sorry about the glare. This state of clarity is going to bring you so many options. You are going to have so much wakening up to you because you are going to dive into that education piece. And it is going to be massively beneficial. So let's dive deeper into what part of you is going to be expressed at this time. What are you working to express here for Pisces? Wow, this card continues to come out for almost all of the signs, I would say. Anticipation. Something wonderful is happening. Changes in the air. Open yourself to blessings on the way. So it's this very peaceful anticipation. This is that manifestation coming through again. You all are very powerful manifestors. I really feel this because we have the field of plenty here, which says whatever it is that you desire is at your fingertips. We have success up here, same thing. But we have a little bit of this second guessing energy when it comes to the self-expression. You go to express yourself and then you come back and you say, I don't know if this is the right thing, if this is going to get the right reaction. I don't know. I have put myself out there and then had things happen where it didn't feel so good, or I didn't receive this pride energy, this loved energy. You know, I've fallen on my face, I've been on the slippery slope. So it's scary for me to express outwardly because it's resulted in bad things before. But at the bottom of the deck here, we have Mercy and the Mother Mary here. So how interesting that as Saturn and Jupiter align with this grand conjunction, we have the star of Bethlehem here 800, 2000, who knows how many years after the birth of Christ to say, we are returning. And it says, let compassion fill your world. Offer kindness to all living things. What you give, you also receive. So it's having that compassion for yourself and counting your many blessings and moving forward regardless, but also feeling that you're connected to all things in a way that you haven't ever felt connected before. So as you're moving through and manifesting this clarity, this success, let's go into what is going to be the momentum. The momentum for you, Pisces, is this responsibility. This is a 10 of bows, so the 10 of wands in the traditional tarot. And this is about your duty in the clan. And I feel that you've been taking your responsibility very seriously, almost to the point of taking it harshly. And it's been difficult for you to catch up to you because you are going quick. You are trying to go quick. You're trying to do many things at once. You're trying to carry many burdens. You're trying to take care of many people. And it is weighing you down, actually. So the opposite of momentum is we have beautiful, beautiful energy. And yes, this is still beautiful because there's endurance here. But this is your drive, your motivation. So you are attempting to succeed in order to not fail. And that is not the energy, right? This is someone who's been pierced. This is someone who's backed up against the wall. It's a beautiful, beautiful goddess energy. And it's a feminine energy. The word is insecurity, which I don't actually like for this card because it's way more about a vulnerable situation where you have made yourself tireless. I mean, you think you are tireless, however, you still have to move on and you still have to go forward. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Woodward, and this is a seasoned hunter. You can see there's blood on his spear. He has an eagle that rides with him. We have an eagle over there in your future outcome. Then we have the lynx here, which is a very, very powerful animal medicine as well, which is all about secrets and holding on to what it is that you know and sharing. We have sharing here in a way that best expresses your services to the world, what you have to offer, right? But notice that he also wears a lynx. So this may have had a partner at one time and he couldn't let that go because he had so much love for the lynx, right? Or maybe he conquered the lynx, you know, I don't know if they run in packs or what. So he sort of dominated it. Who knows what the story is here? But more than anything else, the importance is this is a well-equipped person who is well-equipped for the job. And here you are showing you are seasoned. You've been through this before. You've crawled up in order to flow down and gone up the ladder, down the slide, you know, so many times that you are seriously just ready for this peaceful flow that has been promised, that is here as part of the revolution, right? So you're here to play that part, but you need to be careful, Pisces, because your energy is a little bit at risk here. So how will you be connecting deeper with your higher sources? How are you going to be connecting upward? And we have opposition here, which is so interesting, which means you're going to be seeing two different sides of yourself. This is the yin and yang energy. This is the masculine and feminine. They're coming together, but they're ripping apart. You know, we're moving from 3D to 5D, and some people say that the earth is literally going to be just ripped in half. And, you know, whoever is focusing on the lower dimensions will stay lower, and whoever is focusing in the higher dimensions goes higher, and we get this day of, you know, just being split in half. And it's sort of silly, the things that people come up with, but, you know, you do get to choose. And this says opposite viewpoints, personal differences, a communication gap, disharmony, misunderstandings, and estrangement. So perhaps there's people in your world that deserve a good communication, because we have communication here as well. But also, if we're looking at this as how to connect to your higher sources, which is what the position would stand for, then we have self-expression, rooting you, helping you to focus on your root chakra there. Communication, which is rising you up here to going with the flow, trusting the universe. Then we have viewpoints here too. So communication works in both ways for you to share your ideas outwardly and gain this success and gain that strength, rather than feast and famine all the time. So a little bit there for pretty big energy shift coming to you. So let's go into the pieces of you, the parts of you that are awakening now to come and help you with this. Wow. So this is a very education-based card, and we have education here twice. So some of you may be going back to school, some of you may be getting certifications, some of you may be reaching out to other people online, courses, gaining insight off of podcasts or books. I mean, you're just really going to be diving in. And we have a dragon here, we have light language here, and I just love the setting of this card. It reminds me so much of the Akashic realm, because this is really what it looks like to me. This light language, I literally see there, the light coming from the book. It's like the Akashic records can be a book. So you just end up transcending and moving through so much information. And a lot of people, you know, can't remember it when they wake up from the meditation, but then as they go to write it down, it comes back to them, and it's just the craziest phenomenon. So you're going to be working hard, working hard in terms of your education, because it's here in your goals, which tells me that education is necessary for you to move forward here. This is just your goals coming together. So it is going to feel a little bit like a hard road climbing up, but it's better than staying stuck in this vulnerable position that you're in now. So let's see what else is coming forward. The counselor, interesting. A water energy, I mean, this would be the Knight of Water, or the Knight of Cups, and there's a strength here, a very serious strength. Again, almost like a professor type energy, someone who has a lot to offer information-wise, that has a path to lay out for you that you're going to be meeting. I feel that this could be someone outside of you, rather than a side of you that's coming out. But maybe you are some sort of a teacher. Maybe you do offer some sort of an online service or something to that effect, because I do see that becoming part of your next step, your journey moving forward. So let's look at the bottom of the deck here a little bit. Let's see. So for this one, we have this fire here. And I love this because the Queen of Fire also has the cats. And then now we have a snake. We have a butterfly. We have this cauldron here with a lotus flower. I mean, we have so much energy moving through here, but her arms are closed tight. She's kind of, you know, grasping at her chest. She's kind of like, I don't know if I should, right? And I feel that if her arms were outstretched, if she was just to release it, you know, it's almost like the cats are positioned in such a way that they're like protecting her, and the snake is just kind of muted and is just a tiny little piece. But I feel like all of these energies move together to be like, this is time to share. And this card reminds me a lot of protection. It reminds me a lot of containment, keeping things hidden, keeping things to yourself. And it's just really not time for that, because you are learning about self-expression and moving yourself up and out. And the very cool thing here is that the bottom of this deck says movement right on it. This is just an ostrich moving forward with the world on its back. It's kind of a silly image here, but the concept is wonderful. It's just a slow and steady forward movement, right? And then we have also here, the bottom of this deck is the ship, which is forward movement. So you are being nudged, Pisces, very strongly. You're being nudged to really take your stance, put your foot down, and say, this is what I deserve. This is what I'm here to do, or study, or, you know, how I'm going to perceive this, whatever it is. And the bottom here is the dream time. So this could very well be associated with the Akashic realm, or the other worlds, however you want to call the divine source, ether. You know, this is just connecting upwards to where your spirit guides are, to where the global meditations are, to releasing yourself to those higher sources and allowing yourself to communicate with guides and have that counsel, right? And so we have here the counselor. Somebody is here to help. Somebody is here to guide you up and out through the Akashic realm, through the other worlds. This one says unlimited vision. So something about vision quest, something about, you know, seeking truth, seeking that outward understanding. And we have here mosaic, so like a mosaic puzzle. It says, let chance play its creative role in your life. So again, what you're being led to is this going with the flow. And we have all this purple here, which is so enlightening, and it feels so bright and fun and new and pretty. So it is this new beginning, but it also feels like this crumbling effect too, right? She's kind of falling into pieces, but at the same time, she's very blissful, and it's just like, you know, I'm just going to see the beauty in this beautiful coming together, right? And it's just around the river bend. It's like, hold on just a little bit longer, because you're kind of going through it here. We have some water, we have the overall momentum, which I don't really like. It means you are fueled. You're fueled by the fear of failure. And that's just not the way manifestation works. And you're here to master this. This is what's been on your mind. But you have to come back to this feeling of, I am loved, I am protected, I am led, I am guided, I know what I'm doing because I have this education here to show me the way. And if you don't, then go and pursue that, because success is yours, strength is yours, the illumination is yours. So let's see what animals are going to be helping you, Pisces, move through this transition of 2012 awakening, or the 2020 awakening. So exciting to be alive today. Beautiful. The sacred spiral. Much of what we are doing, right? Every time we go around the circle, we put another card in another place. You know, other than this Lenormand here, it would be quite a perfect plus sign. So with something in each quadrant, right? So we're just going around getting deeper and deeper. And this is a grouse, and they move in circles in a spiral motion in order to get the most out of the land that they're foraging on. So this is that reminder of diving deep, and this goes right here next to the education pieces as you're looking for that success, as you are manifesting those things. And I thought maybe he would come because he was on that other card on the bottom of the deck. So let me grab that for you. So the lynx comes through twice. And I love the medicine of the lynx. I get them all the time. And we have another big cat here with this success card of the panther. This is like the rare. It's like the most rare. And they focus on the unknown. What don't you get to know? That's their medicine. Then lynx is like, okay, I'll show you this much, but you get to figure out the rest. And I'll tell you A, B, and C, but not O, M, and O, P. So that you are the woodwork that says, okay, this is my key keeper, the lynx and the secrets that they keep. I am going to make sure that I do my part as the counselor and as a person who is led to decoding these truths, or decoding these truths and communicating to sources. So you're being very much led here to leading. This is very much a leader card, and it's really a prevalent energy here in your reading today. So I'm going to find a space for him to be, because I want him here. And again, it comes down to communication and expressing yourself. So if you have an online business, it's time to share a little bit more abruptly. Like I said, it's okay to make waves. It's okay to put your foot down. It's okay to be like the elephant stomping through the forest. That's what they're asking of you. So I really like to replace these two cards and see what we're shifting into momentum wise, because I just feel like those are, not the beneficial ways of going about this. So what are you going to be doing instead? Wow. Focus on generosity. Focus on how you give back. The next 7 generations. Who are you taking care of? Who have you done good by? Focus on your generosity and allow that paired with this. Oh man, those two energies are so similar. And also the sun. Wow. How interesting that I just decided to pull 2 cards just for the sake of it. And it gave us this duality of cups and of fire. And then we have this water energy over here and this air energy over here. It's just so polar, right? So this generosity is a 9 of vessels or a 9 of cups. Then we have the sun, which is the sun of life, which a lot of people are saying is that Christ consciousness coming forward, that understanding of the sun, the solar flares. There's so much power there. There's so much illumination there. So you are awakening and becoming this, and it's with this energy that you move forward. This energy paired with this here, which is I get to be loved and accepted with my sharing. I can share what I want to share, and I will still be accepted in the community, because there's a lot of fear here that's kind of keeping you stuck, that's saying I've been shut down, I've been told that I'm being ridiculous, and a lot of us have. And so what we do is we keep it all in and we don't share at the opportune moment, or we let the moment pass us by, or what have you. But there is just too much riding on this. There's too much indicating that it's time for you to share. It's time for you to go and celebrate those aspects of yourself that are ready to be propelled into our world. There's no other viewpoint and opinion quite like yours. You are here, see if I can get the glare off, there it is, to share this stunning, beautiful, awakening energy that's coming and radiating from you. It really is coming from you. So you have opinions, you have viewpoints, and there's no need to be afraid to share them, because no matter what you do, it's going to be the correct action, because you are divinely led, you are divinely guided. If there's an option to go to school, I would say to go ahead and take that. Most definitely, because there's like a really beautiful light around the education. I think it's very, very gorgeous. And then as you are seasoning yourself with this communication to the higher sources, if you are interested in that Akashic Records that I mentioned a couple times today, let me know, because I do teach that Akashic Records course. and it can lead you to being able to access the Akashic realm, this other world plane, where you're able to read soul contracts. And it really is kind of like using the book as a portal. Or for our Harry Potter lovers, it's like a port key, where the book is like your entrance into this beautiful astral realm. And we get to go explore that and see your guides there and find your next step totally and completely laid out before you in that other realm. So it's something that is very near and dear to my heart. And if you're interested in that, everything is in the description for that. And it's going to be so beautiful. I'm adding some bonuses in there. So it's just one of my favorite things. So we have this bursting here, this opening going on here. I would just encourage you not to keep your viewpoints silent. It's just very much time to show the world what you can do, to shine that light and give that prosperity, because this is very much about outward expression of that springtime energy. It's hard to explain what the clover really stands for. So it's a celebration of a momentary prosperity, which means it's not that it's short-lived. It is, because the clovers will blossom and then that's it, they die and they go dormant. But that's why a 4-leaf clover is so rare, is because they do not stay open for very long. So finding 4 can only happen while they're in bloom, and it can only happen, you know, every chance that a 4 would come rather than a 3. So just a lot of things that are very deserving of you right now, Pisces. And it's going to be easy to wear yourself out. It's going to be easy to second guess yourself and where you're headed, but it's very important to come back to this feeling of I am safe, I am loved, I am guided. So let me show the world what I can do. I'd love to hear from you, Pisces. Please feel free to comment. Also, like, subscribe, and share. I am so grateful to all of you. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday break, and I will see you all next time. See you. Bye.